Okie dokie, back to our regularly scheduled dungeon. There's the Wujian altar. Hey, buddy. How's it going? You know what? We actually also have a whole lot of ID scrolls, so I'd be remiss to not start churning through here a little bit. Slayering was this game or previous? It could have been this game. Let's check our shopping list. Oh no, previous. This time it was the willpower and protection. I mean, regardless, I was pretty sure we didn't have the money for it. But worth just double checking there. Ooh, I really needed that curare to work out. I can get the paralyze off on you. 63% it says. I think, how many have I failed now? I should have paid attention to how many charges. At least 5? Oof. But hey, as long as it works just in time for us to not get mauled to death by an angry wyvern, then I guess it was exactly what it needed to be. There we go, get the free stab off there. Unfortunately, don't manage to do the same against our yak friends, but not too shabby here. Okay, I need to be slightly careful, just spam the tab key because we were walking towards them, and giving slightly more attacks of opportunity from our friends there. Or I guess that's loaded verbiage, but more so just free attacks from enemies in range. I mean, it's a nice little vault of experience, I guess, but I don't see too much of a need to pop in here and check. Are you carrying curare darts? Just poison darts. So no, I'm not too interested in meeting our new friends there, and instead we'll just keep him moving. +7 flail. I like to pick it up because I like to pick up any of the artifacts that we find throughout the run, but chances are that will not be seeing any use here today. And let's bring you upstairs, my friend. And that should reduce this to much better odds here. Fantastic. Auto pickup back on. Okay, make sure that that is back on. Pretty bad, to be honest. Oh, definitely. Especially without any training. There's almost no shot that we end up using that flail at any point in the run here. But I'm still gonna just carry it around until we inevitably drop it. Maybe it's to feed that side of me that is always so bad at inventory management, where the next time we need to drop something, sure, it'll be a little sooner because I'm clogging my backpack with junk, but it'll also be much easier to make the call and just get rid of it. So it all works out. And there we go. Take out the entire pack of bees there with backstabs. I do love to see it. I mean, as you pointed out earlier, Dan Branny, it is one of the singular more satisfying things. Oof. -2 pair of gloves, eh? Evocable invisibility. I mean, the resist poison we don't need, that's currently being covered by our robe, but another pip of stealth as well. I mean, it's interesting. Probably won't be using them because I think that -2 is a little bit much when we're only sitting at 8 armor class. The thought of removing 25% of it in exchange for 1 pip of stealth, not grand for sure, not ideal by any stretch. Okay, if we can get off some nice easy free kills here, which we do, lovely. Do have enough money for that helmet of seeing visible. Oh, yikes. An arcanist. Little early to be running into you, my friend. 37% chance to paralyze you. That has to be done. And just shortcut that encounter, fortunately. Otherwise, that was very likely to be detrimental to our continued health. And probably better than what we have. I mean, the egos are a lot better. Whole lot better. What is the percentage of something over nothing besides infinity? But I don't know if I'm willing to take the AC trade quite this early on. If we can build up our armor class a little bit more, then maybe. We are training evocations. there's a bit more of a chance that we'll have that invisibility proc online. That could be interesting. I think I will. Actually, speaking of invisibility, head back up. I mean, we could save for the Ring of Protection instead. 2 AC now. Or a conditional 4 armor class. I mean, if I can find a helmet, maybe I even left a helmet. No, the only one in existence in this world. I mean, the one argument that does come to mind is it completely offsets the detrimental AC of those artifact gloves. So we could buy it, use our fancy new gloves, and we come out breaking even. So that's kind of nice. Let's put them on and let's check out Shadow Step, 24% failure on Invoke Invisibility, so we still need a bit of work there. But it is interesting. Well, let's go back down to D11 where we left off, shall we? We can find Orc, then that's a nice source of money. There we go, perfect. Erica is taken down as well. I think the short sword, I believe, is a small enough weapon to not cut heads off Hydras, so we don't necessarily need to have a backup flaming brand. That's what I was thinking when looking at that scimitar that Erica dropped. Yeah, not necessary for the moment here. Oh, my yak friends, if we could all just come to the lovely hallway. And look at that, we're even getting to all the skill caps that we'd set out for ourselves. Oh, short blades is just 10? I thought it was 12, but I thought I opened that and hit the hotkey. We'll double check that to see if we want to just eke out that slight last bit. But otherwise, fighting. Sure, a bit more health could be nice here. We're at 21%, so we need a bit more evocations training if we want that to be a 100% backup plan, I guess. Emergency button to turn invisible in Lair. And otherwise, should be able to get through the last of you. Fantastic. I don't like this one centaur being able to fire on us from afar, and unfortunately... Oh, never mind. Took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say they're not walking towards us here, so that's a problem. Speaking of problems, I think we're gonna fear to just get some of the crowd off of our back here and take a step away from our problems to heal up. Kind of found ourselves getting surrounded a little bit more than is comfortable. Ooh, a rapier is quite nice to find. If we can brand that and get a good solid brand on it, then that could very easily become our endgame weapon, especially if I can replace our short sword of speed with a rapier of speed. That would be an easy choice to make. Rapiers of speed being one of the best short blades you can use long term. Back to earlier when I was mentioning that Uskaya run, 15 rune Uskaya run, better than a quick blade is actually a short sword or a rapier of speed, because it has a bit more damage output even though it's slightly slower to attack, so you end up charging up your PD slightly faster than what you do with the quick blade. But okie dokie. A quick skanks, we went through this level pretty quick. Nothing really to look at there. We currently still just have Shadow Step. I guess if we check our menu, we are actually up to our shadow mimicking our actions, so that's lovely. Interesting, interesting. And I believe our Umbra has spread to almost max efficacy. I guess it will go to the edge of our vision. I believe that doesn't change even with Null here, and I think it might even scale in the same way as it does for characters that have the full range of vision in that regard. There's the Scroll of Revelation, which I was hoping we'd ID there, because I would like to guarantee the Gauntlet, Turns out we were quite close to it, so maybe a little bit unnecessary. But still more than happy to have given ourselves some insurance that we find that. Because we definitely always like to at least be able to take a peek. If there's something game-changing in there, then would be willing to face almost anything to make it happen. So let's take a look, shall we? A lot of Abyss themes. Ooh, I did see a scroll of blinking. That alone might be worth our trouble here. Some imps in that room. Never did get to see what was here. Hello? Ah, okay. Just some fancy eyes. Well, I think we should actually be okay here. I mean, getting confused is not great. The Bolt of Devastation is pretty horrible. Just have to hope that we attack quickly enough that that's not going to be a problem. You have 3 pips of willpower, so a bit more willpower than I'd like as well. Oh, we are confused, so let's get rid of that, step here, and then we could just leave. I kind of want to greed out here, unfortunately. Yikes. And yeah, that right there is what we were afraid of. Control F with Gauntlet to see what's in it? We could. I mean, there's that blinking scroll, and then just a ring of some kind, mutation potion. Are these gloves, but don't think we'll be using that. But okie dokie. Let us try something out here. Quiver of Fear. 79%, 47%. 47% is not great. But we're gonna try it out. Fortunately, does just barely manage to make the cut, so we'll be leaving the rest of you. Hopefully that un-ID'd scroll we picked up. I mean, let's double check. What was that scroll we picked up labeled as here? Verdure. So it's the one that we have 2 of, the 2 stack. I'm going to keep an eye on that, and hopefully it was worth almost dying. Probably won't be, but one can dream. Okay, we can replace a Revelation Scroll. There is another one of those exact same eyes there, though, versus the Arcanist. The Arcanist we fought before and it went alright, so even if it's slightly worse gear, that might be worth it. Hum-de-dum. No, let's do it just because I very much do not want to face those eyes. And instead, we can get the stun off on you, which is fantastic. I guess the one question I didn't ask myself before getting into all this mess was, do we feel comfortable with our ability to kill the Minotaur? An important question, and one that we almost definitely should have thought about prior to this moment in time. I mean, if we get lucky and dodge everything, then obviously we're just fine. If we can get a sneak attack in, that is also pretty huge. Exactly, done ready. Yeah, we'll figure it out one way or another. But yeah, I definitely think we'll take our chances with the ugly things here. And just back up, make sure that we're not dealing with too many of you at once. Whoopsie daisies. Even as I say it, I make exactly that mistake, but we can get the free backstab on you. Kirari on you, my friend. And then, what was the plan? Me? Guess just that, and then you don't do much damage. 20 damage, more so the issues you're doing all of your status effects. I mean, 20 damage is a lot. Let's not get it too twisted here. Maybe we'll try a random potion. Ooh, degeneration. That it's not great, for sure. Only had a 5% chance to paralyze you. Is there a better odd to use any of our damage here? Doesn't really look like it. You are not invulnerable to poison, so we can at least slow you here. Oops. Thought you would be a little bit faster than that, if I'm being honest. Let's try that again. In fact, I was gonna say I'm okay with you stepping into that dispersal trap. But I guess it's not a concern. Ring of Wizardry is not great. We're gonna take advantage of the additional speed we have as a bat to just kite this son of a gun a little bit. In fact, we could just leave now that I think about it. Ooh, Gloves of Stealth. So we wouldn't have the evocable invisibility, but it would give us back some of the AC that we lost from the -2. So that's tempting. Let's just head out. Hopefully we don't accidentally wake anyone up here. And I mean, 16% failure rate on turn invisible. I'll probably keep that around because that's another potential win condition against the Minotaur. Okay, you're wearing cold resistance. Oof. Okay, we fail our first attempt. Oh, never mind. No, we did succeed. Just we got slightly contaminated. That's fine. Let's cure our EU. And then while we're invisible, just start ripping into this son of a gun. Perfect. Well, not too bad. Okay, we have a glowing helmet. Might regret all the money we spent there. Potion of mutation. So yeah, you were thinking the same thing with invisibility. Definitely did the trick. But a couple scrolls, ring. Ooh, artifact short sword. Liking the looks of that. Let's just pick up everything we would like here. +2 helmet. Probably rather have the see invisible, but that's fine. Orb of Gravitas. Well, I would like to have a bit more Gravitas as we make our way through, but don't think that will be necessary here for the moment. Okie dokie. Guess we can also take a look. +12 short sword. Well, that probably beats the speed brand for me. Freeze isn't great, but 3 pips of positive energy, bit of strength. We lose a bit of dexterity, but that is well worth it. With the exchange to +12, we double our damage rating in order to change our attack speed just slightly. Not, or I guess just slightly was maybe a bit of an understatement, but not double. We're not attacking half the speed and we're dealing double the damage, so might be worth it. Of course, the other more subtle advantage to fast weapons on this character is that it's more potential procs for the Shadow Mimic, but that is fine. And yeah, I guess with that, let's head back out and see how we fare with our new dagger here, shall we? Oh, like that. See invisible does immediately come in handy. Love to see it. And okay, turns out our D12 was a quiet one at the end of it all here. How about that? Let's just keep moving. Fantastic. I'm gonna try and deal as much damage as I could there, and then just get the heck out of dodge. I mean, should I even bother coming back here? Might be some treasure. I'm slightly concerned about this Cyclops. Okay, no. Ended up being totally fine. Otherwise, yeah, another Acid Drake and the Gargoyle as well will not care about my poison. This looks to be a place that we'll want to come back to at a later date. So let's head right back upstairs, shall we? Doing a horrible thing dirty like that feels good too. Usually you're on the other end of that deal. Exactly. When you kill an unseen horror without being seen yourself, there's a certain amount of dramatic irony that I can appreciate there. Okie dokie. Our lair, yeah, was on this floor. Orc was above. Could potentially head to Orc real quick first. Alternatively, Orc could actually be a place to work off Drain. Because if we use the Evoke Invisibility in Lair, which is likely because most enemies there don't see invisible, then we'll want a place to potentially safely work off the drain that causes. And at the very least, this works out for us because we do already have poison resistance. I guess, is that evocable invisibility even worth it? I could get my AC back and still have stealth. 11 armor class. Maybe I won't worry too much about it, actually. Let's see how it goes. If I can just get stabs off on most of them, then it's not going to be a problem. Regardless. Hello, Deathyaks. Oh, exactly what we wanted to see here on a character that has low defenses and low health. Goring for 30 damage. Sure, why not? Okay, and they heal slightly too much for poison to be a very effective means. So what that probably ends up looking like is a mixture of Curari for the slow more than the poison, and whatever wands we have at our disposal that can potentially get the job done. I mean, when you have a room clear like that, it's hard to be too mad at this run. Just rampage our way through, not a care in the world. Oh, Boulder Beetle, we'll get you just nice and poisoned up, my friend. We can take one more hit, so that's fine. And in fact, that should be... Oh yes, that was lethal. Fantastic. Okie dokie. But before I continue to approach you, do I have a good spot to fight yaks? I mean, all the way back here there is. Yeah, that works out. We can get a few of you coming this direction. Okay. Oh, geez. I was about to say a bit overkill when only one of you actually ends up following, but never mind. Your friends were all just waiting around the corner. Yikes. And speaking of being around the corner, if one of these sons of guns realizes they can slip in around us here, we are in trouble. Speak of the devil. So, is there anywhere that is a bit more 100% secure? Yes, there is. Let's head over here, shall we? And that will hopefully do the trick. Slow Deathyak. Actually, you're no longer slow, so let's reinitialize that real quick before we make any silly mistakes. In fact, yeah, even the slow not lasting quite as long as I would like, but I think we might have killed all the Deathyaks, so I'm actually going to take this as an opportunity to go for the full reset. For the most part, I guess one of you is following me up, that's fine. Holy moly.